It is.
I love it. And I got to get your prediction really quick on the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight.
Boxing. I'm team boxing, man. Gervonta Davis, of course.
Gervonta Davis?
Of course.
And who would you say is the #1 pound for pound right now in boxing?
Usyk.
Great fight, great matchup. It's fun for the sport of boxing. It makes it fun, it makes it entertaining. That's what it's all about, you know. And may the best man win. It's an exhibition, regardless. It doesn't count.
The weeds for this. You part of this movement that's going on right now. Well, I got in the ring with you know, a top pound for pound fighter in the world. Y'all going over to contribute to help this dude.
The guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth.
The guy must be around 150 right now. 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways to see the depth. Alexander Usyk has brutally warned Jake Paul on fighting Gervonta Davis. With Tank looking bigger and sharper in the skill he brings against Jake, Usyk sees only one way this is going, and it's with Jake Paul losing. In a recent jab on social media, Usyk responded to Paul's 5-year plan, where Paul claimed he'd be a world champion and eventually fight Usyk. Usyk didn't let it slide. Good plan, Jake. But I'm not here for 5th place, only 1st. Soon, I'll close the book on boxing, and after that, I'll be waiting for you in the cage. According to Usyk, Jake will not even get past a smaller real fighter, and he sees Tank take the win easy. Usyk doesn't see Jake Paul as part of the serious boxing elite, and by mocking Paul's own goals, he basically reminded everyone that when real fighters talk legacy, they don't talk social media reach. Usyk didn't even need to say Davis's name to make his point. Tank already looks bulked up. His recent training clips show a heavier upper body, stronger legs, and the same explosive movement he's always had. There's a visible transformation. He looks like he's adding mass without losing sharpness. That's what's got a lot of pros speaking up. Fans also agree that Tank is being smart. He's adjusting for Jake's size, adapting his game plan, and looking every bit like a fighter preparing to prove something.
Some things, I think Gervonta's just gonna stick and move. He'll be fast, play it smart, I don't see him staying still for too long so Jake can land some shots. He'll just try to touch him. Who knows, man? It's an exhibition. It's a money grab.
Tank himself has recently been open about the mindset he's in. My headspace that I'm in now is way better than where I was before. That's the only thing that matters to me, he said when asked about his mental preparation. He's still not doing any trash talks, and he has assured that he is going into a real fight. All this, his size, his power, the way he moves. I just gotta adapt. I think it's gonna be a great event. Every time I fight, it's fireworks. Jake Paul, on the other hand, has finally showed a bit of honesty.
That's crazy.
Let that sink in.
Jake
That's
Paul,
right
Gervonta Davis is so crazy. 135 versus 200. That is so nuts.
They're all exhibitions.
None of them are.
They're exhibitions.
He's like, man, and I think that Jake was thinking in the moment, he has told TMZ. I think there's a lot of things out there about the size, but I think people forget that Tank is a top 10 pound for pound fighter. He's got power in both hands, and skill-wise and technique-wise. He's been doing this for so long. Actually, internally, I'm the most scared going into a fight that I've ever been. It's rare to hear a fighter admit fear, especially someone like Jake, who built his image around confidence and disruption.
Jake went for the jugular. Jake comes back and says, anybody that puts his hands on a woman is a scumbag, and that's you. Tank responds. In the world of responses, it was as bad as it gets. In defense of himself, makes a comparison to P. Diddy. Jake literally just puts his head down. It's like, man. And I think that Jake was thinking in the...
And even if he thinks he's doing it to sell the fight, Shannon Briggs has hinted along the same lines. Briggs trained Jake Paul early in his career back, when Jake was still learning the basics: footwork, balance, jab, head movement. It's great for boxing, he said. I use a train with Jake Paul. I knew then from early on that this was going to be great. However, the excitement faded quickly as he talked about the reality of facing someone like Tank. Briggs has been in the ring with punchers. He knows what speed and timing can do, and Tank's got both. When a fighter who trained you starts talking about how great the event will be instead of how good your chances, are because that might be concerned.
You prepare for a guy that's different stature-wise?
Yeah, no, we have world champions. Raymond Ford in the 130-pound weight class. We got Montana Lovin. Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week. So just sparring against guys on their level and people who have, been doing.
This guy is one of the greatest. Tony Bello has been more direct. He said if Tank lands clean, Jake Paul's going to sleep. Bello knows knockout power when he sees it. He's been on both ends of it. His take is simple. Jake might be bigger, but Tank's precision and explosiveness make that irrelevant.
Right, I think that fight there, because of Tank's skill level, it's like it makes it fair, even though he's not. The weight difference is crazy. Really and truly, bro, Jake Paul should not land a punch on Tank. This guy's one of the greatest.
I'm told it's big gloves and head guards. He's going to need them. He's fought opponents much larger than himself and walked them down because his timing and punch selection are elite. Bello pointed out the obvious. Jake has never fought anyone like Tank. Tank has got legitimate power. If Jake Paul gets hit by Tank Davis with 8-0 gloves, he's going to sleep. It's a technical reality check. You can't block that kind of snap forever. One wrong slip, and it's over.
He's a marketing genius, but when it comes to people that picking his fights, I can't get my head around it. If Tank hits him clean, he's going to sleep. He'll have a lot of smoke blowing up his backside by his coaching team and people like that, but when he gets hit for real, 10 ounce, well, I'm told it's 16-ounce gloves now, it's like an exhibition. Right. I'm told it's big gloves and head guards, he's gonna...
Carl Froch thinks this matchup could be dangerous because of how unpredictable it is. He hasn't framed it as a spectacle. He framed it as a potential safety risk. Froch said that, weight aside, Tank's explosiveness could be a serious problem. And Jake's habit of fighting with his chin slightly up could backfire badly. Gabe Rosado, a veteran known for facing anyone, also gave Tank credit, reminding fans that Davis isn't just power, he's got setups. Rosado said he doesn't waste shots. That's an important difference. Paul relies on rhythm and straight shots. Tank breaks rhythm. He moves in, makes you react, and then fires when you're blind to it. That's how he's been dropping world-class opponents for years.
Look at this face-off, Henry. What are your thoughts here?
You're hearing that shit from me. That's cringe. In some weird way, I kind of like
cringe about it.
He's trying to big man the smaller guy, who the smaller guy to me is dangerous. I think Tank Davis is going to put their hands on him, but I like it, bro. I will say something about Jake Paul. He's brought a lot of attention.
What makes this entire situation tense is that Davis seems to have shifted mentally. The offer and distractions that used to surround him are gone for now. His focus looks sharper than it's been in years. He's in control, serious, and visibly motivated to prove something, not to critics, but to himself. Jake, meanwhile, is still balancing between showman and fighter. His physical transformation has been impressive. Stronger build, tighter combinations, but the difference between repetition and reflex remains huge. Tank has been living inside that rhythm his whole life.
Which is heavyweight. And now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this, but Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta.
Asked if Jake Paul had any real chance against Gervonta Davis. He just said no. When pressed, he repeated it. Nope. No hesitation. No long explanation. Then he broke it down with calm precision. Size will play some part of the fight. But if I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just going to try and go out there and outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. I could see Tank outboxing him and making it look real easy.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. Over 10 3-minute rounds, and when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. 3 commission-approved, world-class professional judges will score.
Do you see a more likely chance that Tank wins by decision, or that he dug deeper into this matchup? This one's not sanctioned, so technically you can't even bet on it. He said that's the thing. When you make it an exhibition, you take away the gambling angle because they can't legally allow betting on something that can be staged. That's why they had to turn the Tyson fight into a real one, because people wanted to bet.
shot where he could land one big punch, and Tank being so much smaller, he just can't handle the power?
Nah, not at all. I think Tank is he's been boxing his whole life. He's been boxing since a kid, so I doubt like that's gonna be an issue or problem. I think Jake is good for where he's at, but I think it's just levels.
Do you see a more likely chance that Tank wins by decision?
Still, he did give a bit of insight into how it might play out if it's genuine. If they don't stage it and it's not just a light sparring match, then Tank's got a chance depending on glove size. Malinagi said Jake's probably 100 pounds bigger than him, which is a massive difference. If they use small gloves, Gervon could hurt Jake if he catches him clean. But those same gloves also mean Jake could do serious damage to Gervon because of the size gap. That size gap has been the biggest conversation since the fight was announced. Fans can't believe Davis agreed to go near 100